I can't recall ever making this before, and I don't know why, because that tastes fantastic. There is actually quite a bit of rum in there, but scarily, you can't actually taste it. That's beautifully well balanced. There's lots of flavours coming out there. There's almond, there's vanilla coming through there. You've got that touch of maple. That is a really good tiki cocktail. Why it's been off my radar, I don't know. Rum Cocktails You Need to Know, part 39 now. And then this is the Captain's Grog from Smugglers Cove. So let's dive straight in. The first rum I'm actually using to replace 2 rums because Martin Cake calls for 22.5ml of aged rum and 22.5ml of dark rum. Planterate OD nicely fills that gap, so we're going for 45ml of that. Next up, we want a lightly aged rum, and I use Planterate 3 stars in this case, so 22.5ml of that. Then the recipe specifically calls for Pierre Ferrand dry orange curacao, but your favourite orange liqueur, 15ml. Next ingredient is some falernum, John D. Taylor's Velvet Falernum, 15ml of that. Now this is where we start to get a little bit crazy, and you could get these easily here in the UK, and I'm assuming worldwide. But we're going for 2 different extracts because if we use the sugar replacement for these, we'd be adding too much sweetness. And extracts are a good way of adding flavour into the cocktails without adding sweetness. So same as bitters, essentially. So this first one is almond extract, just 3 drops. Then the next one is vanilla extract. Again, as I said, from any supermarket, 3 drops of that. And let's be brutally honest here, a lot of the major syrup brands will just use those to make their orgeat syrups and their vanilla syrups anyway. So just using those replaces the syrup. But we do want some sweetener. I've got some maple here. I've just bought a bottle of maple and added water to it. So 2 parts maple, 1 part water, just to make it slightly more runny. 15ml of maple, 15ml of lime juice, and then I've squeezed some pink grapefruits because we can't get white or yellow grapefruits here. Well, we struggle in the UK. So pink grapefruit is always my go-to in tiki cocktails, 15ml of that. Now there is one more ingredient to come, but I'm going to add that afterwards. There's crushed ice in there. There's a couple of bigger cubes, agitated cubes. Traditionally, this would be on the mixer, the spindle blender, but I'm going to shake it. The glass called for is a double old fashioned. It just so happens our brand new Mai Tai glasses are double old fashions, perfect size of that. So shake and dump. Then the final ingredient is just, well, it says seltzer water, but here in the UK, soda water. So 30ml of that. And I didn't shake it because if I add that to the shaker, the pressure will build up and it will kind of explode. Then garnish wise, I've just added a touch more crushed ice just to kind of get a little mound. Lovely sprig of mint and then half a dried grapefruit from Frona. Right, Captain Grog done. What does this taste like?